Hey guys, how's it going today? For today's video, we are continuing Better Call Saul Season 3 with Episode 5, Chicanery. I don't know if I pronounced that right, I probably didn't. I know that it means like you're being like a trickster and you're being a little like evasive in a way, so that's what I know this word means, which means I think it relates to Kim, Chuck, and what their whole dynamic is gonna be. I'm excited to see what Kim has up her sleeve because she seems determined. Like she is ready to take Chuck out and I cannot wait. This man deserves to have what's coming to him and I know something is coming to him. So I'm excited to see what it's gonna be. If you guys are interested in watching my full-length reaction along with me, be sure to check out my Patreon. I'll be linking that down below in the description. But without further ado, let's get into Better Call Saul Season 3, Episode 5, Chicanery. Chuck's house. Jimmy's there. How far in the past is this? This isn't now, is it?
It looks like it's from 1967.
Yeah,
but I think
this
it'll
is
work.
the past.
Just a sec, Jimmy.
We have to get in your attic. Oh, the hookup.
Oh, no, that's all right. Don't bother.
You really can't use it if I don't do it.
We're not gonna. We're almost there.
Good.
So when we first moved in,
What do you think? On? Off?
when she
I
finally
think
left him.
off. You sure this is the right play? The bigger the lie, the harder it can be to dig out.
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
What are you lying about? I really want Chuck and Jimmy to work it out. Jimmy really wants his brother around. And look how much Jimmy does for Chuck. I don't know how Chuck can be like so... Oh, he's gonna do a seance. Where's the sage? We have to cleanse the space. What is it, like, this is like an old Victorian mansion the way this man is living. Oh, but he's still fancy about it. He's such a fancy man. It's making me hungry and want to cook. A whole fish? He's cooking like there's gonna be a bunch of people over, but it's just gonna be him. Blowing out all those candles is gonna be a nightmare. Forget one, house can be gone. We invited people over.
It's open!
Oh, he did. There's a dinner party.
Rebecca,
Chuck.
you look lovely.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Rebecca came in.
Why are you sitting here in the dark?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
To make a long story short, those bozos at PNM mixed up my payment. The deadbeat at 512 San Cristobal hasn't been paying his bills.
This is the lie.
And of course,
He's lying to Rebecca.
215.
In the meantime, I borrowed some camping gear from my neighbors, hence the rustic flair. Dinner's almost ready. And the fish, I would have just had to throw it out. How about we just rough it?
Why not? It'll be fun. We'll do an haute cuisine campout.
And so he's not wearing the wedding ring anymore. And that's the wrong hand. I want to see if she is.
Jimmy, you
No,
don't have
the least
to.
I can do is the dishes.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Jimmy is the ultimate wingman. So Chuck wants to get back together with Rebecca, I think.
I still can't get over Jimmy being a lawyer.
He's got his own shingle out and everything.
I mean, a real responsible citizen. I mean, who would have thought? This place is the same.
You've got great taste. How's the tour going?
The Far East this fall, China, South Korea, and Vietnam.
She's got a lot going on.
Did you finally get to see Salzburg?
Next month after Vienna.
Do you remember when we tried to go to Salzburg? Crazy old lady on the scooter chased us out of the train station.
They're vibing.
So what's after Asia?
Oh, hopefully next year, maybe a residency. Oh, that would be sweet. I miss having one place to hang my hat.
This is a good place to hang your hat, Rebecca. Why am I Chuck's wingman right now? Why would I want to help him out? Oh,
I'm sorry.
this is where it began. And it's suddenly gonna go badly.
Oh, it's my conductor. I have to take this. I'm sorry. No, I
It's
know
all gonna
that
go
they're
down the
coming in
drain.
late on bar 16.
Everything they worked so hard for.
Yeah. And
Can you run to the bathroom?
yeah,
really
no,
quick? She's gonna come back, Chuck.
Yeah, we can do whatever you need. Okay, Heidi.
All right.
Well, do you want me to rehearse the
Girl, get out. Why are you even in here?
No. Chuck, what the hell?
You're hurting.
Andre? I'll have to call you back. I'm sorry. What is your problem?
Say something.
You're gonna have to tell her the truth. You have to. You can't hide it.
It is incredibly bad manners to answer a cell phone in company.
That is not the answer.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, Chuck.
I may have overreacted. That was very abrupt.
No, I understand. Thank you for a lovely dinner. I should be getting back to the hotel. I'll just get a cab. I don't want to put you out anymore.
Please let me.
No, really.
She insists.
You can't let her leave like this. Just tell her what's going on.
No.
Look, if you won't tell her, then I will.
No, you will not tell her.
His ego is getting the best of him. Okay, so what we just witnessed was Rebecca is doing like a whole tour around the world. Chuck basically set up this whole thing so he could potentially try to win her back while she's in town, or make like amends or something after their split, and did not go as planned because he already had the, what was it, like the electromagnetic intolerance.
Jesus, what are you doing, man? There's barely any oxygen in that bag. You're suffocating her. Just because you don't see swinging dicks doesn't mean you can't tell a boy fish from a girl fish.
Now I can see the lipstick.
You put her in a big bowl, at least a gallon.
I love how much he cares about animals, but then he's like into illegal stuff.
I'm guessing our friend didn't refer you to me to get ichthyological advice.
I'm looking for someone with a light touch, highly skilled, high-end, discreet.
You gotta fit him in a tight space?
I don't think so. I got just a guy then.
What are we gonna do? What are we up to? I want more. I want more background on the Rebecca thing. I want to know what happened.
Great job, Miss Wexler. Very refreshing.
Thank you, sir.
We couldn't have done it without you, and I hope you realize this means a whole lot of work coming your way.
She's gonna have to choose between Mesa Verde and Jimmy.
There is something you need to hear before we get any deeper in. Charles McGill. Charles has been making some very ugly allegations about his brother, Jimmy. Charles thinks that Jimmy somehow took control of your documents. He believes Jimmy transposed the address numbers.
How would he even do that?
Charles contends that Jimmy took the documents pertaining to the Rosella branch, and while Charles was indisposed, photocopied and doctored them.
Pretty Baroque.
I wanted to tell you this in the spirit of full disclosure. I thought it was better if you heard it from me. If you are not comfortable staying with me, we can discuss options.
If there's one thing I cannot abide, it's a man who won't own up to his mistakes. McGill is slinging. He's not going to screw me out of the best outside counsel I've ever had.
I love that. I knew he wouldn't care. I knew it.
But now the most important thing, dinner. Something good for you?
Works for me.
He sounds like he's so tired of Chuck. He's like, that man, not my favorite.
You're sure it's not going to be a problem?
Mesa Verde isn't involved in any way, shape, or form.
But they are involved. But it's their documents.
We can run without lights and mics.
The court reporter, would it be possible to move him or her farther from the witness stand?
I think we can arrange having them in the back of the court.
Why is Howard concerned?
I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about the exit signs. It's code.
I'd like to go over something with my colleague.
No problem. I'll be outside when you're ready.
If you're not up to it, just throwing this out there. Maybe you don't need to testify at all.
This isn't about me or my health. This is about PR.
No, it's not. It's about destroying Jimmy.
We lost a client. Your brother accessed documents that should have been secured at HHM. But one of my jobs is to safeguard the firm's reputation.
This is about what's right and what's wrong. I'm not going to risk Jimmy getting years suspension. He deserves disbarment. Let justice be done, though the heavens fall.
Chuck is lying to everyone. It has absolutely nothing to do with PR. It's all about Jimmy. And everyone knows it, but he's lying to everybody and himself.
Mr. McGill certainly knew that breaking down his brother's door was criminal behavior. Any reasonable person would agree that assaulting another lawyer in his own home reflects badly on Mr. McGill's fitness as an attorney. Mr. McGill broke into his brother's home and destroyed an audio cassette of a conversation between himself and his brother, Charles McGill. The State Bar believes that once we have presented the facts, the committee will agree that disbarment is warranted for James McGill.
Scoff. All right? That's what you get. You don't even get a scoff. You get the word scoff. So you know I scoffed. It's so dramatic. I'm sorry, but I'm so annoyed at Chuck right now.
I'm Kim Wexler, co-counsel with James McGill for the defense. We don't dispute he broke into his brother's house, an act he regrets. But there is another side to this story about two brothers whose relationship, after years of strain, finally broke.
More like exploded.
You'll understand James McGill is an asset to our
Yes,
legal
you need
community.
the full picture. You can never
He
just
should
have a
remain
half
full
truth.
member of it in good standing.
Once you get the full picture, then you can make the proper assessment.
Mr. Alley, call your witness.
Jimmy was very agitated. He was shouting. Jimmy demanded an audio cassette in Charles's possession. He then broke the cassette into pieces and went on to confront his brother. Mr. Brightbill and I...
That's the private investigator that Charles hired?
That's correct. He and I were concerned that Jimmy might strike his brother. So that's when we stepped in.
That's a lie. Jimmy could never. Even Chuck knows that.
You testified you've known my client for some time.
Nearly 10 years. His brother asked to hire him in the mailroom at our firm.
What was your opinion of him then?
He was a hard worker.
You had a nickname for him, didn't you?
Charlie Hustle.
Charlie Hustle. How'd you feel when you found out he'd become a lawyer?
Surprised.
Did you consider taking him on as an associate?
We did.
Sounds like you didn't hire him. Why not?
Oh, I love the way she's framing this.
The partners decided it would be best to avoid the appearance of nepotism.
Your firm is Hamlin, Hamlin, and McGill, right?
Get
the other Hamlin?
wrecked.
My father.
Get obliterated.
Which partner was the most concerned with nepotism?
Charles McGill.
Objection. How are the hiring practices of Hamlin, McGill relevant here?
To understand the relationship between these brothers.
Don't stray too far. Charles McGill is not the subject of this hearing.
Did Jimmy know his brother was the one that prevented you from hiring him?
No.
Jimmy was struggling to build his solo law practice, and yet every single day, without fail, he brought his brother food, supplies.
He did.
She's building up Jimmy's character.
Could you speak to the terms of Charles's leave of absence?
You know I can't.
But you can confirm it was due to mental illness, correct?
Objection. Charles McGill's mental health isn't at issue.
Let's talk to the doctors.
This is not a competency hearing, Miss Wexler.
I have nothing further.
The fact that Howard has not stopped looking at Kim, I think that he's kind of impressed.
We asked that Charles McGill's recording be played, but the State Bar feels this is fundamental to hear.
Ms. Wexler, we already ruled this was fair game when we denied your motion to suppress.
That's not good. I thought they had stuff up their sleeves.
What are you still doing here?
Flight's delayed. 40 minutes last I checked.
Keep me posted. I'm begging your pardon. The defense requests a moment to review, if we could.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
What do we do?
What are we doing?
Stalling.
In some ways, I can say I admire him.
I feel like Chuck is the boss in this boss battle. Like when he walks in, he's gonna be able to command the room.
But Ted Kaczynski's brother loved him too.
You did not just...
And he wanted to help.
Did you just compare Jimmy to Ted Kaczynski? Is that not the Unabomber?
I love my brother, but the law is too important.
You right there, Howard?
What if instead of wearing the jacket, he wears it like a cape, like over his shoulders, like a lord or fancy lady?
Yes, it's the truth. I did it for Kim. She worked her butt off to get Mesa Verde while you and Howard sat around sipping scotch and chortling. Kim deserves Mesa Verde, not you. She needs it. I thought you'd just say, oh crap, I made a mistake, and go on with your life like a normal person. So can I, tell Howard you're not quitting or retiring or whatever?
He did it to benefit his brother, and I think they're gonna see that. He really wants to take care of Chuck.
You do realize you just confessed to a felony?
But you feel better, right?
See, like, his love for Chuck outshines.
Mr. Alley, we need to make accommodations for your next witness. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Anything electrical, please secure your items outside this room. Thank you for understanding.
Your phone, sir?
I left it in the car.
He already knew. He didn't even need it. Anything for Chuck. The lengths he goes to. I feel bad because, like, at the end of the day, I personally, if I were one of the chairmen, I'd be like, he's doing this to help his brother, and I would want to ask, like, okay, what is the doctor's diagnosis with this illness that he was working? Like, I would want to know everything. Like, what does the doctor say? I want to know his competence about this whole trial, because he's the one pressing charges. You need to know if is he able to.
Excuse
Huel?
me. Sorry, it's yours.
That's Huel! That's our man! That's our man! That's our man! That Jimmy hired. Huel, hi!
Charles L. McGill?
What I would like to hear about is this tape. What compelled you to make it?
I had a suspicion my brother had tampered with documents.
Now, why would he do that?
I believe it was his hope that the tainted documents would cause the client to become disillusioned with my representation.
As they did, but you were a super jerk to them.
I'm not saying Ms. Wexler knew what Jimmy was doing or had any involvement.
Did you have any evidence to support your suspicions about James?
No, I felt that a recorded confession, if I could get one, was my best bet. I suppose that Jimmy must have felt the tape was decisive evidence on its own. Otherwise, he wouldn't have broken in to destroy it.
Objection. How can he know what was going on in Jimmy's head?
Sustained. We just need to hear what happened, Mr. McGill.
And at the time, would you say that you were in possession of your faculties?
What you heard was theater, a performance.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Can we talk about your disease for a moment?
Electromagnetic hypersensitivity.
No doctor has ever diagnosed you.
AIDS was not identified properly until 1981. These things take time to unravel, even for doctors.
Your illness affects your ability to think clearly?
No, it affects me physically.
I have only one more question for you. Do you hate your brother?
Absolutely not.
You're a liar. I feel like he's just been lying.
I love my brother. There's nothing malicious in Jimmy.
There's not, but there's malice in you.
He has a way of doing the worst things for reasons that sound almost noble.
Almost, he loves you. That's why he's doing everything.
The rule of law, the idea that no matter who you are, your actions have consequences. That's why I did what I did, to protect something that I hold sacred.
So shiz.
I'm sorry, my co-counsel and I need a moment to confer.
Please be brief, Counselor.
Rebecca. Oh my God. Oh, it's Rebecca. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you did not expect this. You did not expect this, Chuck.
Might I have a moment to get a breath?
Folks, let's call this 15. Everybody please be back and ready to go on the hour.
Chuck, it's good to see you.
You're not on the witness list. You don't have to testify.
No, I'm not here for that. Chuck, I wish you'd told me.
You're here to help because all this is so stressful for me. Is that what Jimmy told you?
He's worried about you, Chuck.
What exactly did he say?
Well, that you had been sick. He sent me pictures of the house. Chuck, my God.
The worst photos. That's what he needed the photos for.
I didn't want to upset you, to worry you unnecessarily.
I came because I thought it was the right thing. I'm going to be in town for a few days. I would love to spend some time with you, but right now I think I should go.
Please, I want you to stay.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
She's an absolute angel.
She's not what I expected.
Oh, yeah, what'd you expect?
Not her. You know, she's gonna hate you when this is over.
Yep.
I want to know what else they have. Like, what does this mean? Okay, other than a distraction, what does this mean?
At this time, I'd like to turn cross-examination over to my co-counsel, James McGill.
Well, there's been a lot of fuss about it, but you and I have never really talked about this tape you made. I'd like to try and follow your story of why and how you recorded it.
Oh, is this where you claim the tape is spurious? That it's not really your voice?
No, that's me on the tape. The recorder, it must have hurt like hell for you to touch that.
There was a degree of discomfort, that's true. Tucked under a space blanket, out of sight.
So there's no chance I would see it. What's your house look like at the time of the recording?
Objection. Relevance?
Well, the circumstances of the recording are materially relevant.
Overruled. The witness could answer the question.
I covered most of the walls with foil scrim craft insulation.
All over the walls and the ceiling. It was like being inside of a disco ball.
Really painting the picture.
How did you know it would work? Why'd you think a bunch of shiny plastic would make me say anything?
Because you love me, Jimmy, and you would do anything.
Worry me so much that I'd say anything to talk you down.
Objection.
Okay, withdrawn.
I was playing up my condition. Usually it's a perfectly normal house.
Can I call your attention to Exhibit 9? This is your house, right? It's exposed wires. You call this normal?
I call them adaptations.
Did the doctor who granted me guardianship for you think this was a physical condition?
Objection. Mr. McGill's mental health is not at issue.
In order to understand what I was thinking, you need to see Chuck through my eyes. I believe that tape was evidence, and I say it was evidence of only one thing. My
That
brother
you care.
hates me.
And that he hates you, yeah.
He claims that he lied to me to get me to tell the truth. I lied to my brother to make him feel better. Which of us you believe depends on how we all understand the mind of Charles McGill.
The way he's changing it, and changing the framing, interesting. Very impressive.
Talk about when these symptoms first started. It was shortly after you were divorced, is that right?
Yes, my ex-wife and I are still on good terms.
I can't see what purpose this serves.
I can. What Jimmy's driving at is the last time I saw her, I covered up my illness. He knows I still have a lot of feeling for my ex-wife. He's hoping this will break me down. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Jimmy. Do you have anything else?
He's speaking like a villain.
This illness, what does it feel like?
There's a tightness in my chest, difficulty breathing, and pain.
Does it hurt right now?
Electricity is everywhere in the modern world, but I very much appreciate the indulgence of the panel for their accommodation here today. I can handle this fine.
Right, so with the lights out, you don't feel them.
If the current's not flowing, no. Intensity drops off with distance per the inverse square law.
So if I had a small battery, say, from a watch or something, and I got it close to you, close to your skin, you'd know.
I would feel it, yes.
Can you tell us where the nearest source is right now?
Jimmy, do you have something in your pocket?
Yes, I do. My cell phone. From this distance, you should feel it, and you don't.
Making a point.
It's all right. May I?
He's like, I'm cured. Hallelujah.
Just as I thought. There's no battery in here. Sorry little trick, isn't it?
Objection.
God, Jimmy.
So what does Huel have to do with this?
What do I have to do to prove it to you?
I don't know, Chuck. Could you reach into your breast pocket and tell me what's there?
What now?
Huel slipped him a phone, and he doesn't feel it.
Can you tell the court what that was?
A battery.
Mr. Chairman,
You
please.
recognize that man in back? His name is Huel Babineau. He's on our witness list. You bumped into him in the stairway. He'll testify he planted this fully charged battery on you over an hour and a half ago.
And he had no idea. So it is completely in his head.
I submit that Mr. McGill's mental illness is a non-issue. If he were schizophrenic, it wouldn't take away from the fact that the
I
defendant...
am not crazy! I know he swapped those numbers. I knew it was 1216. I just couldn't prove it.
Please, you don't have to go
You think this is something? You think this is bad? This chicanery?
Chicanery, he said it.
He defecated through a sunroof. What was I thinking? He'll never change. He'll never change. Ever since he was 9, always the same. Couldn't keep his hands out of the cash drawer. And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke. And you have to stop him.
He looks crazy to them. They're not gonna rule in his favor. That's bad. Everything he didn't want to happen just happened. His true feelings just came out.
I apologize.
Chuck has every right to feel this way. What is the line? When will you stop coming after your brother?
I got carried away. Do you have anything else?
No,
Good.
nothing further.
That shot makes Chuck look so small and insignificant. What a genius shot. Absolute genius right here. What a way to end the episode. That was powerful. Guys, this has to be one of my favorite episodes thus far. It was not only like psychological warfare on Chuck, but it was Chuck getting a taste of his own medicine, him not being able to take the pressure, and finally snapping in the worst place he possibly could. The way that it looks like in my head is Chuck is a lawyer. He tries to uphold the law. So not only did that become his personality, but it became the only thing that he wanted to do. Was he wanted to put people like Jimmy away. I don't think that he's completely inherently malicious. I do think that he is really mean and he does have malice in him, but he is not fully doing it on purpose. He clearly has other mental things that he is struggling with. I am team don't be a jerk to Jimmy. Just love him the way that he loves and adores you. Hector. Sometimes I get confused between the sugar and the salt. It hasn't happened to me yet, but like, it scares me. It's a fear, honestly. Just getting those two mixed up in a restaurant.
You're good? See you, Nacho. Don Hector.
I like that he kind of like bows to him to show respect. Hector's like, I don't care. I'm busy reading. I'm putting salt in my coffee. Didn't this get like raided already? How are they back here? It's the big idea.
Hola, Don Hector.
He does not acknowledge you.
Have a seat.
How's your dad?
He looked
fine.
He looked perplexed
Business good?
by
Yeah, I
that
think so.
question.
Ate
He's
the
like, no,
stuffing.
no personal. Give me what I'm waiting for. The money.
One of my guys got spooked by a cruiser and ran.
He's missing money. That's what it
Dumped his
is.
stash in the gutter.
Oh, he's gonna get beat up. Oh, he's gonna get beat up. And Hector.
The guy's
Why didn't you make it up on your end?
I did, but I couldn't make it all up. I swear.
What do you do in these situations?
All right, make it up next week.
Thank you, Nacho.
He gave him a chance.
Don Hector.
Why do I feel like Hector's gonna be like, hunt that man down? I don't care. You're too easy on him. Just
Who
fuck-
works for who? Huh?
Here we go. He's like, oh, that's a here we go face. Oh. Oh no. You gotta bring him back. Oh no, 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 no. What are you gonna do to him? Oh, Hector had to say were those couple of words? Nacho doesn't want to do this. Okay, I just want to say that's a health code violation. You can't kill someone in the kitchen of a restaurant. Listen, if there was a health inspector there, they would be F rating. Nacho's dad. Nacho got a couple jobs he's working on. Oh, he almost got him. How does that even? Oh, yeah, he got him. He got. Oh, he got him.
Jimmy McGill has worked tirelessly to build a practice that helps an underserved segment of our community. Every one of them came here gladly in support of their lawyer. Jimmy McGill reached out to people who otherwise may never have seen an attorney in their entire lives, because Jimmy McGill cares about people. He's devoted the past 3 years of his life to his brother's welfare, dropping everything to care for his brother through multiple hospitalizations. And yet during this time, Charles McGill's irrational animus towards his brother, he had been betrayed by his only living blood relative. Jimmy snapped.
Chuck?
Jimmy McGill understands he broke the law, and he is deeply sorry. However, the State Bar's claim of destruction of evidence, it categorically did not happen.
All of this to gaslight Chuck.
Is the legal profession better with Jimmy McGill in it?
Kind of feel sorry for Chuck.
I believe the answer is a resounding
But again,
yes.
It's him. He did this to himself.
According to your summation, I ought to be a saint, me and Mother Teresa.
Saint Jimmy, yeah.
I feel really bad for Chuck because at the end of the day, this is all kind of gaslighting him. Something did happen. They're just lying to him. So I do feel bad for him because he does feel like he's gone crazy.
Rebecca?
Is Rebecca.
Jimmy.
Hi, Kim Wexler.
Rebecca Bois. I was just at Chuck's and he won't answer the door.
Sure, he's fine. He's just being dramatic.
I want you to come with me to get him to let us in.
No thanks. I've already kicked my door in for the year.
You owe it to him.
I don't owe him squat.
Oh? Owe it to him? I want to hear more on this.
Jimmy, you lied to me.
I told you I had to defend myself and Chuck would need help afterwards, which he does.
You got what you wanted. Now it's time to do what's right.
No.
Jimmy, he's still your brother.
Then why doesn't Chuck treat Jimmy as his brother?
Not anymore, he's not.
Chuck was right about you all along. He's mentally ill. What is your excuse? Enjoy your champagne.
That's rough. She really twisted the knife there. Stabbed him in the heart.
Kaylee asked if her daddy ever used to cook, and I told her about how Maddie used to make her Mickey Mouse pancakes. Now she wants daddy pancakes every weekend. Career day's coming up, and she asked me if I would go and talk about her daddy's job. Kaylee's teacher thinks it would be good for her, maybe make his absence feel a little bit more normal.
That's good work, Stacy.
Thing is, I sort of volunteered you for something. To help with a new playground.
Why me?
They need someone who knows how to pour concrete.
He's good at these things.
Sweetheart, that's not really my department.
You built a carport when Maddie was a kid. He told me about it a bunch of times. He said that when you were pricing it out, you thought that all the people who gave you quotes were crooks.
So you did it yourself? That's such a Mike response.
Pop, the way he talked about you, it was like you hung the moon.
It's fine. Just tell me when and where. Come on. Gee.
Mike must have been a great father. Although he doesn't think so, but he clearly doesn't remember the good that he did for his son. So I do feel bad that Chuck is going through this, and he's being gaslit. It's very right for him to be feeling this way. I'm not against that. It's not okay that they gaslit him, but he was the one who wanted to go into litigation. He wanted to... It was his own pride that pushed him towards this, and he didn't know that Jimmy had a leg to stand on. You gotta face the consequences. No one's a winner here at the end of the day. You can't celebrate the win. It's just no one wins. A block of wood? What are you giving him? What is his gift? Large Lincoln logs? What is this? Oh, it's a box of some sort? Oh, alcohol? Oh, it's alcohol. Okay, like that my mind went to Lincoln logs.
That is a 35-year-old McAllen.
We're not celebrating, right?
The opinion came in. Jimmy was suspended for 12 months. Jimmy's not going to be a lawyer for 1 year. And if he screws up, which we both know is likely, his PPD terminates.
So they're just going to try and destroy him for a whole year?
You can keep looking backwards, or you can go forward. Jimmy's just not worth it. I say, put your energy into the future.
Honestly, Howard has been here for Chuck for so long. And in the very beginning, I couldn't tell if it was fake or not, but no, it's genuine. I appreciate Howard for Chuck's sake.
What do you say?
Do people smell it? Smell the alcohol-y?
To new beginnings.
To new beginnings.
Whenever they have a bottle of alcohol, I always pretend it's iced tea. Like, so that man just took a massive whiff of iced tea. He's like,
You okay to drive?
Delicious.
Absolutely.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe don't. No sippies and no driving. No, don't do that. He's like an old boat hand with the lantern. You know those like scary sailors with the raincoat and the rain boots and hat? Yeah, that's what he reminds me of when he holds the dang lantern. He's realizing, so that he's not that upset. He's upset about the Jimmy stuff, but he's more upset that I think he's coming to terms with realizing it is in his head. It's a mental hurdle he needs to jump over. That's what it is. So that's what was also bothering him.
Lunch is served. Swim, honey. Get it before it's soggy.
Oh, it's really pretty though, and I love the tank. I like that he actually listened to the vet's advice.
Francesca, it's go time.
Hi, Mrs. Allenson. It's Francesca at Jimmy McGill's office.
Hello, dear. Do you have a moment? I'll be taking a brief sabbatical from the law. One quick trip of the Earth around the sun, and I'll be back. I did? Oh, that's an honor.
I love Francesca.
And how did he pass?
Had so much life, like, in her here. And now in Breaking Bad, she's just, like, miserable.
Hold for Jimmy.
It's just a technical thing, really. Next!
Last one, Mr. Yalowitz.
Last one.
Wow, all in one day. Impressive.
It's Jimmy McGill. Listen, I am taking a hiatus of 1 year. Will you please watch your mail for a letter from my office? Yes, Jimmy from TV. You watch it every day, huh?
Oh, that's so cute.
Really? Were you the pilot of the B-29? 32 missions. You were one of the people who made the greatest generation so damn great.
He actually cares about them.
All right, see you soon. On TV, right? Francesca, get me KWBV. Get me the manager. Then get me somebody who can pull a commercial. Stat.
It is my KWBV contract. I almost let one of my ads run today. I've got 9 airings left. I'm out $4,000.
I mean, you can't, like, move it for next year?
You have to find a local business and try to sell them your time.
This pile of garbage explicitly states I'm not allowed to resell.
So what do you want to do about Francesca? We're not doing her any favors by keeping her in the dark. She should start looking.
So you want to fire Francesca?
We love Francesca.
I don't need her for more than filing and getting coffee.
We just hired her.
While we're on the subject, we need to talk about the overhead on this place. I don't need all this space. I only have one client.
It's a huge client.
Breaking the lease will cost a hell of a lot less than 10 months' rent.
The day I don't show up with my half, that's the day we'll talk about closing this place.
That's fair.
I respect it. He has a vision. He wants to keep things as normal and smooth running as possible so when he returns to law, he can stay like this. Because he is really happy doing it here. Just hope he doesn't fall into slippin' Jimmy tactics. He can't scam his way out of this. Anything unethical.
I mean, you belong on TV. For a reasonable price, we will shoot your commercial, and then we'll throw in the airtime for the low, low price of free.
Give me Jimmy.
That's right, that's me. We'll shoot 9 commercials for $4,900. Includes the 9 airings at 3:20 in the afternoon.
He's a middleman. It's technically his commercial that he'll be airing. So he's not selling it to someone if it's still his decision and he has control.
We'll think about it.
When do you think you might decide?
Maybe next week.
I was talking about a shorter window.
How short?
We would have you on the air by 3:20 this afternoon.
You're going to shoot a commercial in the next 2.5 hours.
There's editing and mixing, coloring, layback, but we would need to be shooting in the next 15 minutes.
15 minutes to decide. They don't like that. They see it's kind of like sketch. Yeah. You gonna keep that outside the window?
I air in 2 hours and 20 minutes and I have no clients.
You could make a commercial.
That's what I've been trying. Oh.
A commercial
Right.
about selling this service.
All right, plan it right here. I want you to get those dishes behind me. Jimmy McGill here to talk about the wonders of broadcast. No, shit, no, I can't do this.
Sure you can.
I'm Jimmy McGill, a lawyer you can trust, and I can't suddenly turn into commercial guy.
You need someone else to do it.
Repeat after me. For a limited time, we'll shoot your commercial today and have it on the air tomorrow.
Do it.
For a limited time, we'll shoot your commercial today and have it on air tomorrow.
More confidence.
I thought you were like president of the drama club or something.
I'm treasurer.
Say the words.
For a limited time only, we could,
Cut, maybe next time. Woof.
It's like, I'm not saying that. What are we doing? I really want that chicken. Like, I know that it's like a company used to, you know, distribute drugs, but like, dang, I don't know, that chicken be looking tasty. It's like making me hungry. Just the idea of it. Why is this song kind of going hard? Oh, this is before they started putting it in the batter. This is before they started putting it in the batter. Huh? What is this in the, that's not seasoning, is it? That's dirt. I don't understand why that, if it was seasoning, why they would put it in the ground. But it's dirt. It has to be dirt. It looks like seasoning. Like cayenne pepper, paprika, pepper, you know, just mixed together.
All the same weight?
Within a quarter gram.
Do you have a scale?
Take your pick.
This guy. Remember him? That's Gus's man. Gus's right-hand man.
Forgot how to count?
Don Hector gets 6.
Oh, oh. Yeah, Gus ain't playing around.
He's expecting 6, and that's what I'm gonna bring.
It's crazy to see both of them right here again. The Motorola Razor?
He's trying to take 6. We only owe him 5. He's pushing it.
Give it to him.
This is evil, but I love that man. I follow Giancarlo on Instagram. One of the sweetest dudes ever. Absolute ray of sunshine. So for him to play such a crazy villain, I applaud his acting genius, really. He was scared. Joe was spooked. I hope and smile every time I see him. I felt weird saying only his first name. Is that frowned upon if I just say his first name? The laundry place. And yup, he's gonna buy it. This is perfect. It's all slowly coming together. So at this point, he's already had the plan for all of this. Oh, I haven't seen her. Oh, I did not expect her to be here.
It could work.
Okay then.
Oh my god, it's crazy that it's setting up for Breaking Bad. Oh my god. Wow, he went into town. He walked into town. Exposure there.
Yes, may I speak with Dr. Lara Cruz, please?
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, Charles McGill. I'm a patient. I need to see Dr. Cruz as soon as possible.
I'm proud of him for going through this.
I took the 5, then 1 more.
Did he piss himself?
No, he wasn't there. They called him. One of the guys put a gun to my head.
They put a gun to your head?
Yeah.
Lionel?
Go outside, see what he found out. Your father, his shop. Where does he get his upholstery? Where is the distributor?
Did he not want Hector to know about his dad?
Jalisco.
I want a new way
And
to
they're
get
gonna
my
try to
stuff over
use
the border.
Nacho's dad's business?
I want a new front.
You're getting
my
greedy.
own.
Hector, you're getting way too greedy.
My father, he is not in the business.
You will teach him. He make money a lot more.
No, it's not what he wants.
Looks like Tuco knifed the guy.
All he had to do was 6 months.
Tuco!
He'll be in there forever.
What do you expect? It's literally Tuco. Oh, Hector's got a...
Boss. You talk to your father.
And what if his father says no? Is he gonna change what's in there and poison him?
So I'll bring the whole team down there. We'll be there 12:30 sharp. I'm gonna turn you into a star. Don't wear stripes, because you'll moray. It's a filmmaking term. Just don't wear stripes. Well, I'm unloading that ad time.
But I thought you couldn't sell it.
They pay me to make a commercial. I throw in the airtime for free. It came to me. I'm selling advertising. Why not advertise?
What commercial did you run? Not Gimme Jimmy.
I made a new one.
So you made a commercial for commercials today.
He's crafty.
Let's see it.
It's not my best work. It's very last minute.
But the whole world has seen it, or at least Albuquerque has.
Come on.
Albuquerque's next TV star? It's you, small business owner.
The music. I wouldn't call this man. I'd be scared of him. It's like he clearly has a disguise on. What is he hiding?
That face? You're a star. Bam! You belong on TV. I can have you on the air tomorrow. You heard me right. Tomorrow. Call me, Saul Goodman. The world needs to know about you and your business.
Saul
Call
Goodman.
Me now.
Saul Goodman. That's where Saul Goodman comes from. This is where he introduces Saul Goodman.
Saul Goodman.
It's like Saul Good, man.
Saul Goodman.
That guy has a lot of energy.
It's just a name.
It's just a name.
Huh.
That's an identity. Now we see where it comes from. I didn't think it'd be inspired by like such a last minute thing. Alright, I've been doing tangents about Chuck and Jimmy and their relationship this whole time. You guys know how I feel. It's very complicated because I'm neither fully on Team Jimmy or fully on Team Chuck. You really can't be. I am leaning more towards Team Jimmy because he just has so much love for his sibling. Chuck was more honest in what he was trying to do, but it was still malicious. Jimmy's was rooted in deceit, but it was to put Chuck in his place after all of the treatment that he was putting Jimmy through. I do love that he is trying to put himself through exposure therapy and finally getting the help that he needs. I just can't believe that Hector he nominated Nacho's father to get involved with the cartel. I need to know what your thoughts are down below. Please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm having so much fun. I love Better Call Saul so much. Oh my god, this season is insane. My favorite season so far. Love it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.